He's like a
that
cool
one chill
unk.
uncle
Cool
that's
unk.
still
Yeah,
fucking-
exactly. I think I would just throw myself off a bridge every time I see Max. So, today we're watching F1 memes. I'm still very much a newbie to F1. I got into F1 while I was in the middle of my thesis stress. Chat, I was dying. I was dying from thesis stress. When I got into F1, because thankfully the basement introduced me to F1, I was like, I found an oasis in my desert full of thesis work. Such a comforting thing to look forward to, like every weekend, every other weekend. Never really actually looked much into the drivers and the F1 terms because honestly, the Hiromi doesn't concern herself with F1 terms, and I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to change that now. Don't get me wrong. I want to know the F1 terms. I feel bad. I feel bad about it. Okay. In my defense, I don't have the brain capacity for it anymore. When I got into F1, yeah. Doesn't understand. We're gonna get started on some more F1 knowledge, F1 lore this stream. Every F1 driver explained in 22 minutes by Rick's F1 addiction.
Formula One is a sport with thousands of different people in it that make it what it is today, which can go from commentators,
Where's Max?
Edging.
unfortunate pit crew, car designers, and team principals who spray water
that's
guns,
fun.
smash headsets, and occasionally sleep in the same plane together.
Oh.
Where it looks like they might have just explored each other's bodies.
Oh.
The most popular faces
Oh, well,
in F1
okay.
are the drivers.
Abuse?
And there
Oh,
are
right.
a
Oh my
lot
God,
of
his
them
dad.
out there. Ones that are talented, likable, funny without even trying. Aggressive drivers,
was that?
clean ones, and a couple stupid drivers as well. Okay, maybe more than just a couple. But in this video, I'll be explaining as many F1 drivers
Why
as I
they
can to you
both?
guys. Now, I know there's a gazillion different drivers over the years, so I won't be able to mention everyone. But I'll do my best to yap about each and every racer, and in the same amount of time it takes you to watch roughly half an episode of Drive to Survive. Starting with none
Hi,
other than the
XS,
man
welcome.
himself, and a lot of people's favorite, Fernando Alonso. Fernando is
Okay.
known for 5 things. 1, being bad career decisions,
Oh,
like when he decided to
guy.
drive for McLaren in 2015, where he ended up driving a tractor for 4 years,
Oh.
and then Alpine, and a little bit of Aston
Damn.
Martin. 2, he's
McLaren
known to
was that
perform
bad
well even
before?
with cars that are mediocre. Like, he barely missed out on
That's like unimaginable to me because they're like such a powerhouse right now.
titles even with a crappy car at Ferrari, and is able to put midfield cars into the top 5.
Damn. Okay.
All I can say is that he is extremely young. 4,
Yeah,
definitely
forever
hasn't been in
rookie.
the sport for over the past 20 years. And 5,
20?
he totally was not world champion by the time 2 of F1's newest drivers were born.
Oh
Now, this
my
might sound like
God.
I'm sarcastic, but I'm really not. Fernando is one of the oldest drivers in F1's modern era, but the reason why we call him young is because of how he's still able to be fast.
Drizzle comes down. Oh, he's got so squirming. Oh, he's made a miraculous save.
Damn. Okay.
He
Oh.
nearly dropped it from the gravel.
Oh, wow.
Alonso so nearly into the barrier and out of the race. How has he
Damn.
done that?
And also a running joke where people call him
Only
a rookie after
rookie.
coming back from retirement. So he's the most experienced
Cute.
driver. But even with age aside, he's still the youngest driver on the grid. I mean, just think about it for a second.
What?
You don't see any other driver do gritties on TikTok, start
Oh my
mewing
gosh.
on camera, and give you this fire-ass forehead shot. And that is why Fernando Alonso is a lot of people's certified
He's like
Pookie Bear.
he's like a
that
cool
one chill
unk.
uncle
Cool
that's
unk.
still
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
hot.
Oh
You
my
know
God, the
what?
timing. Max.
Max Verstappen, aka Dutch Silver Sloth,
Why are
is
you
an
using this?
absolute racing machine. This
Yeah.
man lives, breathes, and fucks racing. That when he's not racing in
What?
F1, he either races in other events, sim races at home, wears his team shirt all
Everywhere.
the time. That
Yeah.
he even wore it during his child's gender reveal. I swear, racing
So
is in
funny.
Max's blood, sweat, and jizz. And that is what makes him arguably one of the fastest drivers in Formula One, where in 2024, he was able to secure his world championship without always having the fastest car.
And like you said, you know, before I could only win it in the fastest car.
Exactly.
Won an F1 race at 17 years old in 2016, destroyed almost every single teammate he gets paired with, and has
Oh.
won from the most unpredictable places.
That's
the way
cool.
this man extracts every bit of pace out of his car is like that one rancher milking up the driest cow. Max gets every inch of speed. However, no one can
Respectable.
have everything. Max is a driver that's been through a lot of shit. Mostly childhood abuse from his father, Jos Verstappen, who wanted to mold his child
Jos
into a racing
Verstappen, when I get to you.
3 minutes later.
I just want to talk.
Come on,
I just want to talk. 5 minutes.
I don't care. Drive.
I just want to talk.
He couldn't move his fingers.
I just want to talk.
And this created a winning mentality for Max where he always wants to win and he'll do whatever it takes, which can mean aggressive moves and feisty defenses.
Hey.
Which makes Max a very controversial driver. Though I personally like what he does, since I think all F1 champions have that mentality. And a lot of people also
winner
like
mentality.
how Max is the most unfiltered driver. He'll say whatever he wants to say.
If you two end up wheel to wheel after the start tomorrow,
No, can we just already stop about this because it's
Verstappen is a prodigy for real, yeah.
Do whatever he wants to do.
Verstappen doesn't want to celebrate on that podium tonight.
Absolutely, walks off the back, does not want any part of that.
And just doesn't give two shits if someone tells him otherwise.
I respect that about him,
Carlos
honestly.
Sainz is honestly a walking meme. This man zones out half of the time like he's getting flashbacks of fighting off drones.
He
in
has like
Afghanistan.
one brain
But regardless,
cell.
when Carlos doesn't look like he smoked a little too much, this Spaniard is extremely talented. His drives at McLaren and especially Ferrari were a piece of delightful cake.
Damn, I wish I would have seen him in Ferrari.
Oh my god, did you see the move? Did I go for it? Did I send it? Or did I didn't send it?
And him saying smooth operator after every win is just the perfect cherry on top. Oh, and he also literally has a piece of delightful cake. But anyways, Carlos is one of the few drivers to have driven for McLaren, Ferrari, and Williams. He's also a driver a lot of people thirst over, and I completely understand why. And he's a driver capable of winning big as long as his team can fully support him.
Thirst over, why? Like,
Now,
to me, he's
middle-aged
more like
F1
cute.
drivers is a category I love so much. This
Soccer
includes drivers
dads?
like
Aw.
Nico Hulkenberg, the man with the most races without a podium.
Hey,
despite being
he has a
able to
podium
drag
now.
shit
He has a
boxes
podium
into the
now.
top five in
Correction.
qualifying. Even the Viking
Actually,
Magnussen,
he has a podium.
Valtteri Bottas, the honorary Australian,
And I love the famous Aussie lifestyle.
and Jensen, the first driver to press the DRS button. That is a lot of middle names. Now, the reason why I like this category so much is because these drivers are like dads that still have it in them. Most of these drivers are in their 30s, and the fact that some of them have children and
Aw,
can still
cute.
drive F1 cars while even schooling the new rookies is like seeing Lightning McQueen in his prime again.
Hamilton.
Sir Lewis
Hamilton.
Hamilton, the second oldest driver in the modern era who drove for McLaren.
He doesn't look old at all, by the way.
One of the biggest faces of Formula
He looks
One, with
28
the
to me.
successful career so far and amazing talent to back
He looks
it.
so young.
Perez goes off the track, comes the chicane, off goes Leclerc, through goes Hamilton. And he's going to try and make that lunge, and he does make that lunge down the inside. That is the best move of the lot.
However, has quite the questionable Team LH fan base. This image says so many things. Legacy, excellence, willpower, inspiring, strength, heroic. Holy glaze!
Huh? 44?
Fuck, will.i.am wrote an entire fucking book.
That's will.i.am! I didn't even realize that was will.i.am. will.i.am, yeah, it's will.i.am chat. I didn't realize that. It's like ego thinking.
Is the reason why Lewis is called the face of Formula One is because people who don't know jack about the sport and have to mention one driver, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna say
Lewis Hamilton.
And Lewis is also an extremely positive driver that whenever he starts speaking, you just
Aw.
assume that he's gonna start thanking
He's like a
people
little
back at
kid.
the
That's
factory.
cute.
Back at the factory and back at the factory. All the guys back at the factory. Everyone back at the factory. Everyone back at the team.
Aww.
Everyone back at the factory.
And in a way, he can also appear as the opposite of drivers like Max. He's a lot more filtered.
Your thoughts, please, on a reverse grid.
I don't really know what to say to it. The people that propose that don't really know what they're talking about.
I think it's complete bullshit, to be honest.
That's exactly what I said.
And instead of pulling up with the same shirt every time,
You never heard of
Lewis
Lewis
pulls up in like
Hamilton?
all 6 colors of the rainbow in just a single day. But Lewis and Max do have one thing in common. They both love to protest against the FIA. Hamilton used to be a lot more vocal in his early years, and I loved it.
You obviously feel that you're being targeted.
Maybe it's because I'm black. That's what LAG says.
He's a lot more PR trained now, though. But when the FIA banned F1 drivers from wearing jewelry,
Jewelry?
he pulled up to the function with like 6 watches and
That's
10
sick.
necklaces.
I like him more
Baller
now.
move.
I like him.
Lance Stroll is literally Joe Biden. Now hold on, stay with me now. Just think about it for a second. Stroll and Joe have both fallen downstairs, fell off their bicycles, and act like NPCs.
Hello.
Difference is Stroll just does it in a car, which is why I think these two might just be twins, ladies and gentlemen.
Formula One agency.
Joe did say this one time.
Yeah, I have 2 younger brothers. I'm the oldest of 3, and I've got a sister who's the love of my life.
The Fox News decision desk can now project that Joe Biden will win the state of Alabama.
Now, I don't know if Lance is in love with his sister.
No, please, no.
But despite how much they can be alike, there's one difference between them. And I think it's that Joe Biden might have known more about what's going on in his surroundings than Lance Stroll does in an F1 car.
No.
Goes off
Poor
the track.
Stroll.
That's a high-speed crash, and he's made contact with
Apart from that comparison, though, Stroll is a
Sweet
mediocre
home
driver who's
Alabama.
so inconsistent and has a bad personality along with it. And he's been in F1
Really?
since 2017 because his dad owns every team he's been in. Which can now bring us to Esteban Ocon, who is almost the polar opposite of Stroll. The Frenchman came from a family that was far from rich, so he's had to work hard for everything. It's so respectable considering most F1 drivers come from a rich background. However, the reason Ocon isn't the exact opposite of Stroll is because he is also a driver that's tough to like. Because for years, Esteban has beefed with God knows how many drivers and even his own teammates. He had personal beef
for
with Pierre
years?
Gasly,
I thought he was
even
like
from
a
their
rookie.
karting days, had beef with Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez.
We were having a good race.
Wait, what the frick? He pissed off Max that much that Max shoved him?
Me 2 times.
What?
Why did you want to kill him 2 times?
I tried my best.
Terrorized Fernando Alonso while they were teammates.
I never knew that Esteban was such a troublemaker or controversial.
And even when they weren't teammates.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Hello.
Overall, Esteban can be both a very likable driver that can be pretty silly sometimes.
Esti's on the podium, baby!
He's a great person off track, I guarantee that. But on track, he can and will terrorize anyone he sees.
Oh my god.
He's just an agent of chaos.
Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, British and Australian McLaren boys that are so similar. They're both drivers capable of winning, very suitable for the younger demographic of F1 fans. Perform really well on
I think
track,
this video
and are
was
pretty
before
funny.
this season, yeah.
Oh my god, it's broken! It's broken!
It's broken!
Anti-stole!
The difference between them is that Oscar is a much more cool-headed driver. This man literally just has a set number of facial expressions. It's him winning a race, witnessing the end of the
He hasn't
world,
unlocked the other
fall
emotes
of
yet.
empires. Oscar will always just have the same look in his eyes. He's a very reserved guy, you know, very
He's just a
nonchalant
chill
like
guy.
that.
He's
You know,
just a chill
definitely
guy.
taking care of his aura points.
This team plus 1,000 aura points.
Wild hair.
He's the type of guy to go. Now, as you can
Oscar,
tell,
my
he's a lot more
beloved.
expressive. Lando is very vocal about everything, whether he's racing or not. Now, this can be pretty funny sometimes, but it can also get him into
Before
deep trouble
2025,
when he ends
yeah.
up saying things out of spite. But overall, these two are
I
great
want
meme
an
material.
updated version of this. Now that McLaren is dominating so hard.
And drivers, of course. Lando's the type to shine in quality and in tire management, whereas Oscar can pull off unexpected results whenever he clocks in.
Okay, I actually don't know much about him.
Pierre Gasly is honestly a driver I can sum up.
That's my
with
first
just
impression
one
of Pierre Gasly now. The picture of him with the wild hair.
sentence. And that being an extremely talented Frenchman that is friends with a lot of other drivers, is riz up all the ladies, but we all know at the end of the day is gay for Yuki Tsunoda.
Oh, okay.
The rookie.
Wait, I actually didn't.
One.
So what did they say about him aside from his hairline gold? As a viewer, I just started watching races like blindly. I just went into it blindly. I didn't know anything. I just started watching and I started enjoying. So I think you can just do the same. You can just do the same.
Lee is honestly
Wait,
a
I need to
driver
rewatch
I can
this.
sum up with just one long sentence, and that being an extremely talented Frenchman that is friends with a lot of other drivers.
Oh, wow,
is
he's
able
really
to riz
talented.
up all
Okay,
the
nice.
ladies, but we all know at the end of the day is gay
Okay.
for Yuki Tsunoda. Enough.
Okay. Yeah, we do a
The
lot of
rookies
F1
Formula
races.
One,
streams.
aka the new guys, which include Kimi Antonelli, Oliver Behrman, Gabriel
Rookies!
Bortoleto, Isaac Hadjar, Jack Doohan, Franco Colapinto, and Liam Lawson. Now, the reason why I've categorized all
Kimi.
these drivers together is because they all have one thing in common. They are
They're
all
babies.
pressured by the media
Oh.
and fans to live up to a certain standard. This can never be
Oh,
more true. Kimi Antonelli
okay.
has to fill in Lewis Hamilton's shoes in his debut with Mercedes. Oliver Behrman is pressured to be just as good as Kevin Magnussen or Charles Leclerc. A lot of people have been comparing Gabriel Bortoleto as the next Ayrton Senna. Franco
Oh,
Colapinto
wow.
looks a lot like Senna as well, so there's those comparisons too. Liam Lawson has one objective: survive as Max Verstappen's teammates. Isaac Hadjar has the pressures of being a Red Bull driver, and Jack Doohan entrusted his F1 career to Alpine, which is like the equivalent of trusting an electrician to fix your plumbing.
And then plugged it in.
Poor guy.
So I guess
Now, when it comes to their personalities, they are all great people. You know, obviously there's a lot more to uncover over the years of their careers, and I know this category is obviously going to change over the years, but I'm basing this off of the 2025 grid, and hopefully some of them manage to remotely survive. Alexander Albon, a Thai driver with a backstory enough to make someone a villain, but he's actually the
Why?
nicest person you'll ever meet.
Let's talk about me, Alex Albon, number 23. Try and stop me getting past. That's fine. I'll get through on the grass.
Alex started as a Red Bull driver who had multiple good results ruined by Lewis Hamilton.
Has Hamilton troubles here?
Oh.
As he turns it? Oh, and Lewis Hamilton.
Oh no, poor Alpine. Poor Alpine. Oh no.
Then he gets fired by Red Bull in 2020 because they saw that he couldn't perform as well as Max, but came back to F1 with Williams in 2022 and has been doing
He had
great.
platinum
Alex is
hair?
just overall a really jolly and likable dude, and also he's part of the 2019 rookies, which include George and Lando, and they've been trolling each other probably their whole lives.
George, you are so bad.
And with that clip right there, it
I honestly
brings us
thought
to
Albon was much
George
younger than
Russell,
them.
a driver that manages to become a meme without even trying.
Welcome to Skibbity Toilet Baku, my dudes.
And loves
No way he
posting
said that.
shirtless photos of himself, crashing on the last lap of a race.
He
and
looks like Woody.
especially enjoys driving
He looks
into
like Woody.
people and
That's why
blaming
he's so
them for
memeable.
it.
What the f was he doing? Honestly, see a f for what? He just cut across me.
Ultimately, an easy summary of George is that he's a really quick driver that can pull off amazing stints, but his ability to
He does,
magically
right? He
ram
does
into
look like
people
Woody.
or walls out of shithole nowhere makes him not as likable or as efficient as other drivers. But now we need to fully lock
Woody
in,
and
ladies and
Mercedes, they
gentlemen,
have-
because we're now about to talk about Michael Schumacher. An absolute
Okay.
legend of the sport, 7 world championships and 91 wins. Michael was a beast of a driver in the 2000s era. He was the guy who brought Ferrari to its golden age, set impressive records,
Wait,
and was a great
Schumacher.
mentor
Wait,
to
Schumacher. Is he
Sebastian
okay now, by the way? I want to know. Didn't he have an accident? Like a skiing accident? Is he okay now?
He was also integral to Mercedes as well when he came back out of retirement from 2010 to 2012. Unfortunately though, he wasn't able to do well during those times and later suffered a skiing accident in 2013 which left him with severe brain injuries. Though thankfully he was a great mentor to Sebastian Vettel, who still carries on his energy, and his son Mick Schumacher managed
no
to
idea,
get into
same.
F1 with probably one of the most traumatizing experiences, but you know, it's still nice to see.
Yuki!
Now Yuki's
He's
known
so
as a
small.
driver described
He's
in
so
one paragraph instead of a sentence that I
Very
believe
tall
captures
driver.
the
Yeah, very tall.
essence of this man.
Sorry, my
Yuki's
bad. He
known
was
as a
very
Japanese
tall.
driver that passionately wants to open a restaurant, got mistreated by Red Bull God knows how many times,
Oh.
and is a driver that easily gets fired up on track.
These guys are fucking retarded.
Also, easily the tallest driver on
Oh
the
my
grid,
God.
and is gay for
Wait,
peer.
wait.
I gets fired up on track.
These guys are fucking retarded.
Also, easily the tallest driver.
Who is this guy? Look at him! He looks like a 10-year-old. No, like an 8-year-old kid. He looks. Who Porzingis? I don't know him. He looks like an 8-year-old kid.
Driver on the grid, and is gay for Pierre Gasly. I rest my case.
Leclerc.
Charles Leclerc is a driver that's been tortured the most by his own team.
Aw.
Charles is Ferrari's golden boy.
Ferrari,
He's been with
Romy
the team
size?
almost his whole
No. Wait,
career.
no, we
They've had
actually
a lot
are.
of ups and
Wait,
downs
wait,
together
wait.
in
Yeah, we actually are the same. We're actually on the same height. Where's that picture?
the tallest driver.
Yeah, I'm actually the same height as Yuki. Wait, how tall is this guy again? How tall is this guy? This the guy beside him. 161. Okay, I don't know my CM. I don't know my CM, but I know feet. Kind of same height. What was it again? 5'3", I think he is. Yeah, then same height. You get taller? No! I'm same height. Especially with heels on. No, but seriously, how tall is this guy? That's scary. That's scary.
On the grid and is gay for Pierre.
7'2". Oh, okay. Noted. I should stay away from 7 foot people. 7 foot tall people.
Leclerc is a driver that's been tortured the most by his own team. Charles is
Ferrari.
Ferrari's golden boy. He's been with the team almost his whole career. They've had a lot of ups and downs together. In 2024, there were a lot of ups, while from years like 2020 to 2023, there were probably way too many lows to even remember.
Aww.
Stay out, stay out.
Oh! Oh. Is this Monaco?
Stupid.
I think I've seen this one, the Monaco one.
But anyways, Charles is a Monegasque driver who is pretty goofy from time to time. He's unbelievably
Yeah,
talented,
I like
though,
him.
being able to
He's
challenge
funny.
drivers like Max, Lewis, and Alonso, making him championship material.
Yeah.
And the reason why he wasn't champion in years like 2022 or 2024 is thanks to his extremely reliable team. But at the end of the day, even with all the depression memes,
Ferrari
Charles
depression.
will eventually shine. It's just a matter of when. Could be tomorrow or 30 fucking years from now.
No,
God
please, no. Poor guy.
Kimi Räikkönen, aka the Iceman, is known for 3 things. 1, his extremely calm radio messages.
Hey! Hey! Steering wheel, somebody tell him to give it to me. Come on!
2, extremely thought-provoking
I like him
interview
already.
responses.
Kimmy, you missed the presentation by Pele. Will you get over it?
Yeah, I was having a shit.
And 3, the
Wait.
driver who walked all the
What's
way
his
to
nationality? Raikkonen? I like his
yacht in
accent.
Monaco after his car exploded mid-race.
There is Kimi Räikkönen. He's not even gone back to the paddock. He's got his shirt off. He's on his boat.
Now, apart from Kimi being a driver
on
who
his
just could
boat.
never give a shit, he is arguably one of the cleanest racers ever, always giving space to others on track, avoiding crashes. He's also
Finish.
the driver nicknamed
Christian, I like
Schumacher's
it.
Nightmare, which was so
I like his
fucking
accent.
badass, making him a very efficient driver on track and also a very efficient person with words.
Push Lewis Hamilton all the fucking way.
That's the hardest thing to do. It's not going to be easy.
No. It's more like a hobby for me, so obviously I don't need to do it if I don't want.
I like
Sebastian
him.
Vettel
Chill
used to
guy.
be one of the most hated drivers in F1 during his domination with Red Bull. After winning 4 championships at Red Bull, he went to Ferrari and his
Wait, who is
experience
this?
at the team
Vettel?
was- You know what? Let's actually not talk about that. Anyway, Sebastian is super charismatic. This dude just has a witty response.
Oh, welcome
for
back,
everything.
Christian.
That you're not full on the power on that turn. Everybody goes full on that, except you.
Maybe I'm a pussy, so maybe I'm not
As I've said
Hear
before,
what?
he resonates the same energy as Michael Schumacher, and he's also a mentor to Michael's son, Mick. And ever since his retirement, he's just been living his best life.
The veterans.
The veterans of Formula One are drivers with a certain aura to them that can't be replicated by anyone
Vettel was
else.
insane,
And since I can only
damn.
name a few, I'll make this fast. Ayrton Senna, a really legendary driver known for his unique throttle technique where he goes...
Damn.
And unfortunately
That's
passed
sick.
away in a racing accident.
No,
James Hunt, an
R.I.P..
absolute baller who slept with 5,000 flight attendants, got wasted
What?
all the fucking time, but still won races. Alan Prost, aka the Professor, already a dope nickname, and a driver
The
who could challenge the
Professor.
likes of Senna and was a very calculating, elegant racer. And finally, Niki Lauda, the man who survived a fiery crash, still went on to race like a beast, was an
Damn.
amazing mentor to Lewis Hamilton, and made Mercedes what it is today. And speaking about legends, we now can head into the GOATs of the sport. Now, when I say this, I don't mean Michael, Max, Alonso, Senna,
Yeah,
or
wait, who's the
Lewis, but
GOATs?
rather Nicholas Latifi, Logan Sargent, and Nikita Mazepin. Although Mazepin is more of a
Oh.
Matt rather than a GOAT. most annoying asshole of all time.
No.
Because Latifi and Logan are both former Williams drivers that are very likable, but they just so happen to be addicted to crashing and spinning. Drivers questionably bad, where we just have to call them goats. Whereas
Nicholas
Mazepin has the same
Latifi.
addiction, but he's a horrible person who doesn't know his place and touches his friends inappropriately. That if you were to compare Nikita Mazepin to someone like James Hunt, it's like flirting versus harassment. But finally, after speedrunning all of those drivers, I think it's finally time for some honorable mentions to close off this video. Starting with Danny Kvyat, a Russian driver who lost his girlfriend, daughter, and F1 career to Max Verstappen. Sergio Perez, a Mexican driver who was amazing.
Wait, what?
And F1.
Okay, so I know that Kelly Piquet, I think, was dating a previous driver, and that's also the father of Penelope, but I didn't know it was a Red Bull driver.
To Max Verstappen.
What?
Sergio Perez.
If I was Daniel, I think I would just throw myself off a bridge every time I see Max on TV. How can he? No, you know, like the only way to recover from this is like changing your identity and shipping yourself into some remote island in Southeast Asia. That's literally the only way you can survive this. You have to go to an island where nobody knows anything about F1. Nobody has ever heard of Max, of Hamilton, nothing like that. Because if you stay somewhere where somebody could possibly know F1, I think you will have to bear the shame of losing forever. So yeah, my advice for him, hide. Hide, and ideally maybe also get amnesia. Yeah, just get washed up on the shore of some random island in Southeast Asia and live your best life there.
Amazing until he went to Red Bull. Daniel Ricciardo, a really funny.
I feel so bad that I didn't get to reach Ricciardo, like racing. He seems like such a fun guy.
Australian driver, and the same man who beat Max Verstappen in equal machinery then threw away his career. I just had to say it again, guys, forgive me. And since we're on that topic, did someone say Nico Rosberg, the Monaco-based YouTuber who beat 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton, also in equal machinery? But anyways, regardless of my Schizo episode just then, another mention is Roman Grosjean, the man who walked through fire. And finally, the last driver we have, Robert Kubica. One of the best drivers to never lift the World Champions trophy. The man who drove tractors his entire career but still managed. And was even able to make the worst car in Formula 1 history look decent. And, we're not done yet, with only one fully functioning hand. Which honestly just makes drivers like Nikita Mazepin and Lance Stroll look like disgraces. Because they still have both hands, but somehow manage to drive as if they only have one. What's your other hand doing, guys? Jerking off?
No! Help!